Hey y'all, we are remembering that we are limitless potentials, having a human being of planet Earth dream. My name is Ashley-Nicole Phillips. I'm a channel for the divine, psychic medium, shaman, mama, using my multidimensional gifts, soul gifts, spiritual gifts, psychic abilities to channel energies and messages from the Most High, from the oneness of all things, God's creation. I'm also the biblically prophesied Messiah, the Jewish culture widely awaited Mashiach, the Hindu culture prophesied Galki, full circle moment, alert, alert. So are you? Why, Ashley? Thank you for asking this question. What I have in me, you have in you. What you have in you, I have in me. We are all authentic frequential patternings or dimensions of limitless potentials, or the one omnipotent energy in which we most commonly turn, God, Allah, Shekinah, Hashem, the Most High, Prime Source, Brahman, within our realm of reality, realm of creation. Y'all can actually check out my work, my transcendently channeled and otherwise channeled. I use all types of form of divination to channel messages from all of God's creation. I publish these energies and messages within Kingdom Things podcast with Ashley-Nicole Phillips, which is available to stream for free on YouTube as well as Spotify. Subscribe and follow to join the Kingdom Things podcast with Ashley-Nicole Phillips, journey to a healed and balanced human culture, planet Earth. Also follow Kingdom Things podcast on TikTok, Twitch, Facebook to be up to date on any news from the Kingdom Things podcast community as far as deviations from the normal postings of installments and things of this nature. And then also I share stories about to come, transmissions or videos, podcasts that are going to come in the future. I share stories about these all the time, and I'm like, hey, it's going to be posted probably in a few months, or like it's going to be transmitted next year. I share these wisdoms and things. Subscribe to Kingdom Things podcast with Ashley-Nicole Phillips. Follow on Facebook at Kingdom Things podcast with Ashley-Nicole Phillips on Facebook as well as Instagram. And I'll update you and I'll be like, hey, this podcast is coming Monday. Remember I was talking about this 7 months ago? This is the one. And you'll be like, oh, shit, Monday, the podcast I was waiting for. Again, subscribe to Kingdom Things podcast with Ashley-Nicole Phillips on YouTube as well as Spotify. I divinate in the podcast. I share wisdoms of our existential nature beyond our conscious awareness. Hey, Latrice. Beyond our conscious awareness, or beyond our old humanism's understanding of reality. We were in the divine calls it a gestational phase. Channeled through my soul space, my heart space, the divine calls it a gestational phase. We were in a dense throng of vibrational frequencies, and we know through our sciences, all things are energy, and we know energy is coded with wisdoms or information, right? Our sciences, the divine calls it a gestational phase, where we were in a dense throng of vibrational frequencies, a dense throng of vibrational frequencies which fed us thought patterns, which we embodied these wisdoms and energies or dense energies of fragmented understandings of our existence. It wasn't the whole story. It was a dense, narrow scope of our existential nature, or a dense, narrow scope of conscious awareness of the self. We know through spirituality, as we raise our spirituality and sciences, as we raise our vibration, we come into greater conscious awareness of ourselves and of reality. We're able to perceive past our mandated, normalized senses such as touch, taste, sight, smell, hearing. We're able to use other faculties of our neurons and our energetic embodiment to sense. We know it as intuition, psychic abilities, multidimensionality, shamanism. We can perceive information beyond the dense throng of energies at any moment. Truly, this is our limitless potentials, or our soul teaching our human. Our humans are denser energies, our ancestral forces, ancestral lineages that are eons old. We are tandem with limitless potentials of the divine, or our souls. Limitless potentials, the divine, our souls have 0 degrees of separation. We are tandem with limitless potentials, the divine, our souls, which truly teach us or give us intuitive inclinations, epiphanies to become more consciously aware of our divine existence or our limitless potentials. Which brings me to the Facebook community live call to action. Sit with yourself for at least 2 hours a day, every day. Ask yourself, hey soul, what is it that I need to know to come into greater conscious awareness of my limitless potentials? Wait for the answers, because they will come, as we just stated, as we just channeled. We're all authentic frequencies. Your lingo with the universe is most likely unique to you. Whether it's synesthesia, where it's not, you can't really pinpoint exactly what I just experienced, but I got the message loud and clear. Whether it's a psychic ability that we're more commonly acclimated to, like clairaudience, clairsentience, clairvoyance, claircognizance, or whether it's just something that's unique to you. Validate yourself in your knowings as you come into greater conscious awareness of your divine self, divine potentials. When you ask the question, hey soul, hey self, what is it that I need to know to come into greater conscious awareness of our limitless potentials? Of my limitless potentials. Y'all, we're awakening within the dream. We're always only limitless potentials and understandings. But our human divine creation or God's creation, let your soul tell you what it is. This is what my soul shared with me to share with the world. Divine creation, limitless potentials is infinite experiences, infinite paradigms, limitless potentials, right? And we are all beings, all dimensions of creation are of divine creation. I like to call it infinite creation. All beings, all dimensions of divine infinite creation are omnificently tandem with the oneness of all things, are infinite potentials, infinite dimensions, infinite paradigms. When we're embodied in a reality, we're galactic beings of the cosmos as human beings of planet Earth. We only have with the illusion of finite, we look like we're finite, or we have dimensionality or limitations. We only have a certain level, a certain amount of conscious awareness of our omnipotent infinite potentials at any time. This is intentional, because what it creates a story. The divine told me, hey, Ashley, I can't tell you what your whole life going to be, your limitless potential. I can't tell you everything right now, because if I told you and you became aware of everything right now, there would be no story. You would begin it in this moment. Again, sit with yourself for at least 2 hours a day. Ask yourself, hey, soul, hey, self, what is it in which I need to know to come into greater conscious awareness of my limitless potentials? I delve deeper into the stories of how galactic creation began, the story of how we're one with limitless potentials within my podcast, Kingdom Things Podcast with Ashley-Nicole Phillips. Again, it is available to stream for free on YouTube as well as Spotify. Whatever costs your heart space, you're more than welcome to utilize these wisdoms and high vibrational frequential patternings or energies to assist you along your journey of becoming to greater conscious awareness, unconditional love of the energy, the frequency that is you, of the omnipotent potentials in which are you. We're going to speak about Atlas 3i again. I haven't spoken about it here on Facebook yet. Atlas 3i. 3i Atlas. I haven't spoken about it yet on Facebook. I did a live on TikTok. Follow at Kingdom Things Podcast on TikTok. I'm actually going to do a live at 4 o'clock. I'm going to do a live at 4 o'clock for no longer than 30 minutes. At Kingdom Things Podcast on, I just got understanding. At Kingdom Things Podcast on TikTok. I just got to understand we're going to get the new divine revelations about 3i Atlas. Let's do a glory spin. Glory spin. We got to do a glory spin. That's brand new. I've never said that before. A glory spin. We're going to get new divine revelations when we go live at Kingdom Things Podcast on TikTok about 3i Atlas. Since I haven't talked about it yet here, which you can, again, subscribe to at Kingdom Things Podcast on YouTube and Spotify. I have another healing channel. It's called Oneness Connection Energetic Upliftment. Whenever I'm using my psychic abilities, my multidimensionality, my shamanism, shaman mama skills, spiritual gifts, soul gifts, to communicate in the spirit with multidimensional beings, multidimensional forces, universal forces, I call this powwow sessions. And they help me look at different dimensions of myself, perceive different dimensions of myself, or limiting beliefs, to come into greater conscious awareness of where I'm limiting myself, or where I have thought patterns that are stifling my limitless potentials. In order for me to go into greater conscious awareness, conscious awareness, as well as conscious embodiment of my limitless potentials. They also let me see where I'm doing things good, extraordinarily well, and I appreciate it. I was like, and they were like, Ashley, own it. We're telling you you're doing this really well. Just own it. I'm like, are y'all just being nice? Are y'all being for real? They're like, no, Ashley, you're doing this well. Own it and baby, pat yourself on the back. Like, no, you're doing that well. I'm like, oh, cool. Thank you. So I call these powwow sessions. Nonetheless, I got a little silly. I get silly sometimes, funny. Good sense of humor in all of my content. Anyway, I call these powwow sessions. Oneness Connection Energetic Upliftment is available to stream for free on YouTube. We do powwow sessions over there. Y'all, it gets real. It gets raw. It gets prophetic. We get all healed up. Do not replace any of your professional medical advice with any of my content, by the way, BTW. We channel a lot of ancestral forces, and I get candid because Oneness connection, energetic upliftment is more laid back. So I get candid, I tell story times, I get real, so I can get the real answers from universal forces, multidimensional ancestry, all the things. I gotta be real to get a real answer. You know, I be getting candid. I be like, I don't get why you said that like that. That rubbed me the wrong way. Oh, okay, I get it. Oh, you know, hey, thank you for being honest, Ashley. This is what we're really trying to say. This is how we're trying to break it down. All the things, I'm like, thank you. I'm not trying to be rude. I just want to understand. You know, where I'm not perceiving. You know. So we get real, raw, prophetic, Oneness connection, energetic upliftment, available to stream for free on YouTube. 3-Eye Atlas, y'all. I was hoping my little tendrils, I straightened them out. I was hoping they wouldn't get all fuzzy and puffy, but they did kind of. But it's okay. I still like it. It's cute. It's cute. This hairstyle is me dipping into my African ancestry, like my African ancestry real heavy. Like, and it's something that I evolved into. I was intuitively guided to do my hair like this. The first time I did my hair like this, it was for my music channel, Ashley-Nicole Music on YouTube. I'm also a singer-songwriter. I divinate, I heal in the spirit, and I channel my healing energies and messages within my music. All types of genres. Healing lyrics, wisdoms, healing frequencies. Do not replace your professional medical advice with my music either. The first time I did this antenna, it was actually for, I was singing for, I did a YouTube short where I sang my song, Parisian Pillows. Parisian Pillows evolved into, I hadn't recorded the song yet. It evolved into a brand new song called Human Tendencies. Human Tendencies is available to stream Ashley-Nicole Music on YouTube. There's many Ashley-Nicole musics. There's a couple of melanated Ashley-Nicole musics, including me. You'll see my face and my profile picture. I have an afro, like a big, like beautiful puffy afro. So you're like, oh, that's Ashley-Nicole. That sent me from Facebook. Yes, that's me. Subscribe to the channel to join, you know, my musical journey, our musical journey to greater conscious awareness of our limitless potentials with joy, wellness, and balance. So, you know, my African ancestry, baby, coming through strong. And I love it. I love it, right? I had to say that because parts of me are like, Ashley, why are you wearing your hair like this? I'm like, girl, this, you know, I've evolved into this, like this type of comfort with my heritage, my ancestry. And all my life, I wanted to be, you know, more educated and consciously aware of my African roots. And shoot. Period. Okay, I took that hair tangent. Where were we at? 3-Eye Atlas. 3-Eye Atlas. So, if you missed any of the lives, Facebook community lives, again, subscribe Ashley-Nicole Music on YouTube. Playlist section with all 9, 10, 11 of my albums. You'll also see a playlist called Facebook Community Lives, and you can replay all the lives that have been conducted here on Facebook. Subscribe to the channel as well. All right, so 3-Eye Atlas, y'all. We are, and I just want to smile, like because the whole Kingdom Things podcast is me healing to remember who I am in the spirit. All of us are omnipotent, wise, master, powerful souls, limitless potentials, having this human experience to uplift and evolve human nature, or the human being of planet Earth, to assist with uplifting, to assist with allowing human culture to uplift and evolve all of God's creation through the experience that is a human, right? So we're all masterful souls, y'all, and we are living in prophetic times. We are in the second coming of Christ, right? Second coming of Christ being our remembrance of our limitless potentials, awakening from our inner space, or our soul's authentic frequencies, or soul's energy coming online, coming into remembrance of our limitless potentials, or our soul's healing vibrations, frequencies. 3-Eye Atlas. We are living in prophetic times. So 3-Eye Atlas was recorded by a scientific-based team. They call themselves Atlas, I believe. And they're at the, I believe that they're at the CERN, the soul says, yeah, they're at the CERN program, CERN facilities. Soul said, yeah, Atlas is at the CERN facilities. They dwell at the CERN facilities. And they look into our atmosphere, inner space. We call it outer space. But it's really inner space because it's dimensions of ourselves projected into our reality. And it's dimensions of divine creation, which we're one with. So it's like inner space. So they look out into inner space and they record different anomalies or just the activities of inner space or outer. We call it outer space. They record the activities of outer space to try to come into greater understandings of our reality, of creation, of our nature, of our galactic nature. They recorded 3i Atlas. 3i Atlas is an anomalous event, anomalous occasion in our existence. Why, Ashley? Another glory spin, y'all. Another glory spin. It defies our understandings of reality as we knew it. Like the scientists and researchers are like, what's going on? We thought we knew everything. I went to Harvard. I got a doctorate. Now I feel like, what is this doctorate going to do for me? I don't know what's going on in the inner space. I don't know. I don't understand. I don't get it. Harvard, you didn't teach me this. Shoot. And then I'm making light of that, but that this really is, I want to be compassionate. Because this is super, it's pertinent to our evolution at this time to be compassionate with one another. Because what's going on is our understandings of ourselves and our reality are being tossed up, flipped around, adjusted, rearranged, and changed. Why? Because we're in prophetic times. Our human nature, we're moving, and I channel all this in my podcast. And I knew it was coming. I saw it in the ethers. And it's channeled in the podcast, Kingdom Days podcast with Ashley-Nicole, baby, prophecy. I channel the prophecies for the divine, for the Most High, to help human nature. As all of this is happening, we understand this is a divine orchestration. It's not here to hurt you. Nothing is here to hurt you. This is the Most High orchestration, a divine plan to evolve humanity into the biblically prophesied perfect human, or the galactic human, or the divine human, or remembered into your limitless potential. And remember that the journey of existence is to come into greater conscious awareness, as well as conscious embodiment of your limitless potentials, your limitless frequencies in which you are. So God has all types of people. We call them earth angels. We're all earth angels, truly. God has all types of moving through souls for the divine to be prevalent on the planet. So everyone knows this is a God-driven plan. It's not here to hurt you. But our minds and our psyches were humanism. We needed to know what was going on. If we didn't know what was going on, we jumped into fear or panic because we don't know how to survive. We felt like we didn't know how to survive when we didn't know what was going on. Aligning with our divine presence and remembering our limitless presence and remembering our ten of nature with universal forces. Whenever my soul, the divine said, whenever the oneness of all things, the divine creation or infinite creation, or God, Allah, Hashem, Shekinah, the Most High, Prime Source, needs something to continue to grow and evolve, it naturally produces it. Every human being, we're not separate from universal forces. So whenever we needed anything, if you think back, whenever you needed something, it came about. It might not have came the way you wanted it or the time you wanted it, but what you needed, when you needed it, it came. Because what? Whenever creation needs something to continue to grow and evolve, it naturally produces it. We're at a time where we're being asked to let go. Go with it. And remember that we're limitless potentials. We're not separate from what's going on. 3i Atlas, an anomalous event within our inner space or outer space. Particles moving at a rate that it defies our understandings of physics. This is actually, I got the divine revelation a few days ago. I didn't deliver it on Facebook Community Live, but I delivered it on TikTok Live. So I was like, hey, Ashley, deliver this on TikTok. I said, okay. No, I did deliver it here. Did I deliver it here? I did deliver it here. Y'all. I did deliver it here. I delivered it here. Or did I not? Did I deliver it here? 3i Atlas? I delivered 3i Atlas here. We talked about it a couple lives ago. But I just did another live. What did we talk about in this live? Y'all, give me a second. Let me reorientate. We did a 3i Atlas here. And I did another one TikTok a couple days ago. It's actually a galactic mothership, 3i Atlas. It's a galactic mothership. It's like a parade that's going on. It's a celebratory time because we are evolving from one stage of our existence, rapidly evolving into a new stage, or the divine human, biblically prophesied perfect human, or galactic human. We have these recordings all throughout our history where different spaces of our human is recorded that seemingly overnight we advanced with our spirituality, sciences, history, or ability to record history. Our histories, we advance seemingly overnight, leaps and bounds. This is what we're experiencing right now. What we're actually doing is we're doing trillions of years of evolution through our soul, our spiritual evolution, energetically. Expanding our consciousness, going within, sitting with yourself 2 hours a day, asking yourself, hey soul, what is it that I need to know to come into greater conscious awareness, conscious embodiment of my limitless potentials? To garner the answers, the wisdoms, have your soul, your limitless potentials beyond what you see in the mirror at any time, or beyond our illusion of finite, letting these dimensions of ourselves, our limitless potentials, our multidimensionality, our infinite nature, teach us and grow us and groom us into evolution and growth from out of this throng of stagnated frequencies in which we've been living in, which again, the divine called our gestational phase. This gestational phase created death, disease, war, famine, poverty, pedophilia, sex trafficking, human trafficking. Kingdom Things Podcast 2033 Prophecy, which is ancient prophecy. The way it was gifted to me to share with the planet, I call it the Kingdom Things Podcast 2033 Prophecy. By the year 2033, the Most High says we will be in a state of consciousness expansion in the masses, conscious awareness in the masses of our existential nature, to understand that we are a human culture of planet Earth with no death, no disease, no war, no famine, world peace, no poverty, no pedophilia, no sex trafficking, no human trafficking. As death, disease, war, famine, poverty, pedophilia, sex trafficking, human trafficking, we're all a part of the makings of us, or when we're in the gestational phase, or lower frequential patterning existence of ourselves. We're now being rapidly shifted through spirit, through our energy, through our soul spaces, to grow and evolve into a divine, the biblically prophesied perfect human, or God in the physical. Remember us that we are limitless. And again, our existential nature is to journey our reality, being inquisitive about our reality. Principle of correspondence, as below, so above. Everything in our reality is only a mirror of the energies in which we are. Being inquisitive about our realities in order to garner the wisdoms from what we experience and what we co-create. Everything in our reality is a manifestation of our energies. Garnering the wisdoms to be able to, on a soul level, masterfully shape-shift reality quantumly to mirror more of our soul's intentions, our soul's higher conscious awareness wisdoms and frequencies, higher vibrational frequencies. 2033, no death, no disease, no war, no famine, world peace, no poverty, no pedophilia, no sex trafficking, no human trafficking. We will understand this in a mass scale. 3i Atlas is a mothership, extraterrestrial, interdimensional, multiverse, beings of the multiverse, of divine creation, from beyond galactic creation. Beings of the multiverse coming in to assist us. They're bringing resources to share with our governments. Our governments are aware of this, and they're continuing to disclose declassified documents that the government has classified. At the moment, they're declassifying these documents as far as our government's association, co-creation, communications with interdimensional forces, interdimensional beings, and our government's understanding of our multidimensional existence. These things are being declassified. Our governments know about, are aware of these beings coming to the planet. They're sharing wisdoms with humanity, the masses, the community called human culture, planet Earth. By the way, humans of planet Earth aren't the only beings that dwell within the existence, the energetic embodiment that is planet Earth. Planet Earth is truly a realm, the way we perceive a realm of energies, the way we perceive planet Earth as a spherical planet. I was about to like, that's a little tangent. Y'all, are y'all aware that the way you Google planet Earth, and the pictures that we see are Photoshopped to make it look more aesthetically pleasing? Our Earth is like en blanche. It's not a perfect sphere. It has like bumps on it and all the things. It's not a perfect sphere. But the way we perceive our planet is a direct reflection of our understandings of who we are in our reality. In our evolution, the makings of us, how we were supposed to perceive it, how we're going to perceive it. These beings are coming in the mothership to share resources, healing modalities, technologies with our humanity. We are a part of this mass spiritual awakening of human beings of planet Earth, us becoming conscious galactic beings, us remembering that we are limitless potentials, divine creation, having this human experience, or coming into creation as whoever you are, human being of planet Earth. Even though it seems like we have a beginning day or a birth date, we've always been infinite. But we are coming into creation in a different dimension of ourselves, known as our humans, whoever your name is. To, again, when creation needs something to continue to grow and evolve, it naturally produces you. You were birthed into reality because you were needed for all things, infinite potentials to grow and evolve into more. wellness and balance, and limitless potentials, and perspectives, perceptions, evolution. Part of this stage of our rapid evolution is, and the beings coming, they're bringing healing modalities, remembrances. We're remembering from our inner spaces, coming into greater conscious awareness that we're one with the beings on the motherships and all the other ships and multidimensional beings on our planet. We're one with them. We're coming into this remembrance, reminder through our inner spaces, our energy, our consciousness expansion. A part of this is cellular regeneration from the inside, like our energy, our cells are just so high vibrational and in alignment with universal flow, or our souls, that we regenerate instead of decay and die. Which means, and I channeled this prophecy within the content, it's within Oneness Connection, Energetic Upliftment, as well as Kingdom Things podcast with Ashley-Nicole Phillips. We will be an interplanetary, extraplanetary civilization within the next decade. Yes, 10 years, yes. We'll have colonies in other spaces and places, on other planets. I'm getting Mars. But I have an understanding, there's something else coming into fruition. Another planet that's outside of my understanding at this time. But there's something else coming into fruition. Yeah, Mars. But there's something else I got divine revelations about. And it was a planet other than Mars that has been terraformed to fit human beings of planet Earth. So I haven't got further understandings of this yet. It'll come in when it's supposed to. But yeah, this is the second coming of Christ. We are in biblical times. 3i Atlas is, a lot of scientists are like, whoa, they're kind of afraid because everything that they thought they knew, who they thought they were, is being shifted. And they're a mirror of us. We're going to experience different dimensions of ourselves, or have divine encounters with ourselves or our souls, where we come into new understandings of who we are in the divine of the Most High. Again, Kingdom Things podcast with Ashley-Nicole Phillips is available to stream on YouTube as well as Spotify for free. And then we also have my music, Ashley-Nicole Music, is available to stream on YouTube. Healing frequencies, lyrics, genres, all the things. And then we also have Oneness Connection, Energetic Upliftment, which again is available to stream for free on YouTube. We're going to start preparing dinner. I think we got through everything. We haven't sang any songs yet. Not yet. Let's start preparing dinner. I'm not going to show y'all what I'm eating because I'm eating the same thing that I always do. If anything comes up to share, I'm going to share it. Again, follow at Kingdom Things podcast on TikTok. I'm going to go live at 4 o'clock. So I need to get started. I'm going to share a story with y'all because I feel comfortable. No Facebook community. You can't see me at my sink, but I'm going to share this story with you because I feel comfortable. Using my shaman mama capabilities, my soul gifts, my psychic abilities, my extrasensory perception, or my greater conscious awareness of myself. How did you develop into greater conscious awareness of yourself, Ashley? Loving on myself unconditionally. Going into my inner space, I'm actually on a twin flame journey. Kingdom spouse journey is one soul's two bodies in the same reality. And our souls do this. My soul did this. Our souls do this journey, twin flame journey, to catalyze into spiritual awakening really quickly. When you come together with your twin flame and you communicate with your twin flame, your divine counterpart, it catalyzes spiritual awakening super quickly, rapidly. So I'm on the twin flame journey. So I had an exponential spiritual awakening journey. Spiritual awakening in 2018. I had one in 2013. I wasn't consciously aware of it back then. I had one in 2018, and I just spiritually awaken all the time. I come into greater conscious awareness of myself, which amplifies my sentience, my ability to feel and sense energies, i.e. spiritual gifts, soul gifts, psychic abilities, mediumship, shaman mama skills, shamanism. I feel comfortable. So I'm about to share this story. A few lives back, I was sharing with y'all my gripes about humanity not investigating the oceans more. And then this multidimensional being race came in and they're like, it was a part of a peace treaty. Y'all humans were supposed to stay out the oceans. That's why y'all didn't come into the oceans. Not in the masses. Like like our government's findings in the oceans, yeah, we have research teams down there and things, but our government's findings, they're confidential. They were confidential until now. I'm getting divine revelation alert. They're going to be declassified. Our government's understandings of United States of America and other countries, the soul said, hey, focus on USA. Our understandings of multidimensional beings that dwell within in the oceans. These documents are going to be declassified. Okay, divine revelation alert. I've had extrasensory perception, communications, telepathic communications with these multidimensional aquatic races that live in the oceans. We chatted it up. We actually chatted it up earlier. That's another situation. But we chatted up earlier today. The soul says, tell this story. I don't want to. But I should, to be honest. Okay, I'll tell you how I talked to aquatic multidimensional beings before, and I'll tell you what just happened, okay? Give me a second, y'all. So, I do a lot of healing to help bring humanity into greater awareness of our limitless potentials, because we are all quantumly entangled energetically and on a DNA level. So truly, spirit sees us as one body, one person, one energy. But but spirit also understands our individuality. But we really truly are one, because we're quantumly entangled or quantumly connected through our energy, through our DNA. So I heal myself to help uplift all humanity into more wellness and balance, i.e. the 2033 prophecy. So these aquatic multidimensional beings came to me in spirit telepathically, and they were congratulating me on my work, and they let me see them they let me scantly see them in my mind's eye. They were showing me that they are embodied, and they're not just etheric or spirit. They're like, no, we're embodied and we're on the planet, but we live in the ocean. I was like, whoa. They're like deep down in the oceans. I said, whoa. They were like, we were skeptical about humanity before, but congratulations on your evolution. As long as y'all take radical self-acceptance, understand that any way that you feel, it's a part of your own evolution, and ask yourself about your feelings to grow and evolve into greater conscious awareness of your limitless potentials. So we had this cool conversation. We chatted it up, like kinfolk do, because we are kinfolk. All is one, all is within. We chatted it up like kinfolk, right? Earlier today, we had a chit chat talk. They were sent to me by my twin flames, by my person. Now, I know it's only karma, because I've sent universal forces to him. Because when the universal forces come to me and they ask me, hey, Ashley, what do you want? What do you need? I say, can you go help my twin flame heal? Can you go help him awaken into greater conscious awareness of his limitless potential? They're like, no problem, Ashley, we got you. And, they'll go talk to him and, sit with him and help, whatever they say. I don't be all in the business like that. I just send them over there. I don't try to figure out what they're talking about, unless I the divine needs me to hear something. I don't be trying to tap in telepathically on my twin flames conversations with divine forces, divine universal forces. I'll let it be. I'm irritated. I'm going to pray about this. I'm praying right now. I'm irritated. Tell me why my twin flame sent these aquatic beings, multidimensional beings to me. Because he's like, I don't think she, I talk about our twin flame journey in my podcast, Kingdom Things Podcast with Ashley-Nicole Phillips. Is again available to stream on YouTube and Spotify. I talk about my twin flame journey on Oneness Connection, Energetic Upliftment as well. You can tap in, and I share the deets. My twin flame is what we call a celebrity or a notable member of society. So the way, if a twin flame journey wasn't difficult enough, adding the extra layer of my twin flame being a celebrity, it's been annoying. It's been irritating. Because, it's been a lot of red tape, it feels like, because he's super precautious. He's aware, he's awakened, he's spiritually awakened, he's spiritually awakened. But the way we met, it was so divine and magical. And he's had experiences where he probably shouldn't trust women. But the universe wants to see if he jumps out on the ledge and trusts me, or trusts his soul and the universal forces, to see if we can, go ahead and bring this on around, bring this on in our divine connection. We haven't met in the physical yet still. And God was keeping us away from each other, because if we would have came into closer proximity, we would have had a mass spiritual awakening, which we weren't ready for before. That's what my soul tells me. Because I was going to go to one of his events, but my soul said, stay away from the event, Ashley. My soul said, stay away from the event. Like, my soul was like, no, don't go to the events. Don't go to the events. Stay away from the events. I said, okay. So over the years, I never went to any of his events. And so our soul was like, it's because if y'all would have came into that close proximity, it would have sent y'all into a mass awakening and to humanity, catalyze humanity into a rapid spiritual awakening that none of y'all were ready for yet. Now y'all are ready, right? But it's a slow process. The soul says, take it slow. You're ready, and we're evolving spiritually, emotionally, mentally, physically, quickly. But it's like over time. Like, I evolved super quickly over like 2-3 years. I woke up like a God-strong galactic goddess, seemingly overnight. Baby, magical, reading energies, baby, telepathically communicating with all types of multidimensional beings, the Most High. Baby, went to the Most High's throne like 7 times. Yeah, like. And I am the Most High. I remember that I'm one with the Most High, baby. Most High, baby. Grounded in humanity. We're all one with the Most High. I said it to say, and if you research the twin flame journey, what we do, and I actually recorded it, the prophecy, twin flame plus the 2029 prophecy is within the Kingdom Things podcast with Ashley-Nicole Phillips catalog. The divine says, regardless of what pop culture says about twin flame, I'm glad my soul gave me this prophecy first. Because, a lot of people rag and bag on twin flame journeys. It's an ancient journey. You can research it from Gnostic Christianity. It's an ancient journey where the feminine, divine mother, divine feminine counterpart leads her counterpart, or the divine father, divine masculine, back into the remembrance through the spirit, through spiritual evolution, spiritual, emotional, mental, physical evolution, back into the remembrance that we're one with the divine or God. So listen, twin flame journey is an ancient journey. I channeled the twin flame plus 2029 prophecy. My soul's like, the divine's like, my soul's like, hey, the twin flame journey is, this is known. It's to work out karmic imbalances or energetic imbalances swiftly, quickly, with the way that y'all relate with yourselves and each other, because y'all have each other's codes. Twin flames, we have each other's codes. When you meet people, understand that the divine doesn't let you see what the divine puts in. The divine does not let you see all that the divine puts into people unless the divine wants you to see it. Everybody's magical, everybody's infinite, everybody's limitless, but God doesn't let you see that in everybody. Only certain people have your codes to experience certain things with you, to grow and evolve you into your next stages of self or evolution or conscious awareness of your limitless potentials. Me and my divine counterpart, we have each other's codes. And sometimes when we press on each other's buttons or to activate our codes, it's not always fun. But we call it being triggered. In spirituality, we call it being triggered. My twin flame be, baby, tapping on my buttons like it's his hobby. Like he does it for fun. And I'll be like, please stop. Baby, he be doing stuff in the spirit. He be doing stuff in the tent, but texting my phone with stuff. No, I'm in therapy right now. He be texting my phone with all types of stuff. Oh, could you please stop? Thank you. And my angelic guidance is like, hey, Ashley, whatever your twin flame's doing, whatever your person's doing, understand he's only mirroring you to yourself. Feel your energies, feel how you feel, go in your inner space and ask for the wisdoms for how you feel. Got it. Thank you, soul. I'm like, can you please stop? Like you get on my, feel like you tap dancing on my nerves for sport. I'm like, dang. And I go in the same cycles. I can see the patterns. Like we're time traveling. We're experiencing the same thing we did yesterday. Like the same exact thing. And we've been doing the same exact thing for the last 2-3 years. And we haven't it feels like we haven't gotten anywhere. But I know my conscious awareness of, and my love and my bond with my innate existence, just existing and loving, experiencing myself in different dimensions or all things. That's grown. My existential love for myself, my unconditional love for myself, this has grown tremendously, right? And it's always how God intended to shape and grow me to who God created me to be. Because God told me who my person was when I was young. I was 9 years old. and my person was on the TV screen, and my guy's like, it's gonna be your husband. I said, oh my gosh, it's my husband. And when I was a kid, I wasn't as awakened. My soul says, hey, Ashley, when you were 9 years old, if you were more spiritually awakened, you know what we would have told you? Instead of that's going to be your husband? Yes, it's going to be your husband. But you know what we would have told you instead? Y'all are going to heal together. Y'all are going to heal together. Y'all are going to heal together. I was like, that's beautiful. That's real beautiful. I love it. I truly do love it. Healing doesn't always feel great. Sometimes it feels painful and dense in the heart space. We call it being triggered or being tap danced on. But your button's being tap danced on. So my person, my twin flame, my divine counterpart. What was I about to get into? He's a celebrity. He gets on my nerves a lot of the times. I would like to have a healthy, balanced relationship, but our relationship was created to work out imbalances. So it's me and humanity, like all of us, is remembering that our life wasn't created to just please us, to be a yes man, yes man or yes woman. Our life wasn't created to be our yes person, just to tell us yes for everything we want. Our life is created to grow and mold us into who divine presence says we're supposed to be. Guys, the divine Most High said, hey, Ashley, if you want to be with this person, you have to become everything I created you to be in me and limitless potentials. I said, okay, God, I'm on it. God said, follow your intuition, your heart space. I started meditating, praying, started Kingdom Things podcast, a part of my divine mandate over my existence, to be a resource as humanity awakens, share my healing wisdoms and frequencies from all over God's creation. It was a synopsis about me, my twin flame journey. So, the universe is like, hey, Ashley, when they come and ask me, hey, Ashley, what do you want? Divine God, it's divine presence. We appreciate your work for the cosmos. You remember that you're one with the universal forces. So whatever you ask the universal forces, we gonna help you out. Now, wisdom tip. Don't just ask for anything and everything. Go into your heart space and remember what you came here to create, and ask for things that resonate with what you came to create on the soul level. So I was like, hey, can you go? Because God, I channeled it in my podcast. Kingdom Things podcast with Ashley-Nicole Phillips. The podcast installment is titled Earth Camp. Now, I told y'all for these Facebook community lives, I'm not going to link the episodes below. If I ever mention an specific installment in any of my transmissions, normally I'll link the transmission below in the description. I'm not going to do that for Facebook community lives. What y'all going to do is you're going to go to Spotify. You do not need to have a paid subscription on Spotify to listen to Kingdom Things podcast for free, the whole catalog for free on Spotify. You log into your regular Spotify account, if you have paid or unpaid. You type in Kingdom Things podcast with Ashley-Nicole Phillips in the search bar. It'll pull up the whole catalog for Kingdom Things podcast, over 700 transmissions. At the top of the catalog, it'll be a little search bar. Type in Earth Camp, and this episode will come up. So I was perturbed with my twin flame. I was PO'd. Because I felt like he left me in the wilderness to fend for myself. I've been going through this rapid spiritual awakening journey by myself, and I feel like he's been out in the world frolicking, cahooting, frolicking, lollygagging. Well, I've been waking into divine presence. I was fighting. I felt like I was fighting demons in the spirit. But truly, I was only facing myself or my energy to grow and evolve my energy into more wellness and balance. Baby, I thought I was fighting demons. I made a whole song about it. It's called Made It Out, Ashley-Nicole Music on YouTube. I said, baby, all them demons had to face them on my own. I made it out. I made it out. I made it out alive. I thought I was fighting demons. I was just really facing myself, crying and things. And you'll hear it in installments in the podcast. The newer episodes as well as the earlier episodes is where I was really healing the audio styles. I was healing. I would heal up, and my soul, my spirit was like, hey, Ashley, record this in your voice memos. Stitch it together, amalgamate these voice memos, and publish it as a podcast. All those, baby, I be crying. I be going toe to toe with God. I be asking God questions like, why'd you do this? I leave it all on the table. I don't hide. I'm very candid. I've been very candid, and this is nothing I thought to do. It was a divine orchestration. So as all of humanity awakens, you understand who I am today, or how eloquently I speak, and well together my energy feels, and how I present in my podcast and all the things. It's been a journey, not overnight. and not a race. Because you can see, I started my podcast over 3 years ago, right? And here we go, 3 years later. Thank you, gratitude. These prophecies and divine understandings of where the human, I didn't make this up. It wasn't for me to make up or mandate. God's like, hey, tell humanity, share with this with humanity. This is my plans for humanity, the Most High's plans for humanity. However it resonates with you, perfectly fine. And the way I evolve and grow. So we evolve and grow. So the way I perceive some things back 2-3 years ago is not the way I perceive them now. And the divine said, this is also intentional, Ashley. How did you grow and evolve into more conscious awareness or more united understanding how you're one with all things, with less judgment, resentment, less anger, being able to garner wisdoms, dig into the anger, fear, and judgment, and not just lash out or react? How did you learn how to dig into those energies and pull out the wisdoms and the fibers of the energies? Time, evolution, growth. The divine's like, the times where you were crying and yelling and, using expletives on the podcast in the early days, that is intentional. Because we all have these days. And it doesn't make us any less divine. It doesn't make us any less one with the Most High God. It's a part of our process. So in Earth Camp, God's like, yeah, I awakened you to your divine presence. My angelic forces, Pleiadians, and other ancestral galactic beings were like, hey, whenever, your person, I almost said his name, whenever your person is getting on your nerves or he's angering you, be honest about it. So we can help you heal. He's getting on my nerves. Help me heal, please. Please. Be honest about it so we can help you heal. Be honest about it so we can help you heal. So in Earth Camp, God was like, yeah, I awakened you to your divine remembrance, your magical powers, your remembrance that you're one with all things. Yeah, universal forces come to you, ask you what you want, need, desire. God's like, I wanted to see if you were going to just go on and live your merry life, wonderful life, and leave your twin flame, your person, unhealed. As divine counterparts, the divine mother, I'm supposed to feed energies of wellness into my divine counterpart, the divine father to my divine mother, the God to my goddess. I'm supposed to feed him wisdoms and healing frequencies to help him rise into conscious awareness and conscious embodiment of his limitless potentials. As I'm a direct baby. When the energies come to me first, I buffer them from the ethers. Because he's out there living life. That's how the man is. That's how the man was. God said that's how the man was created to be, Ashley. To be one with the earth and to be out in the tangible world, building stuff, working, creating, turning, making form or tangible reality out of the energies of the ethers, the energies in which you are, divine mother. So I was frustrated because, I came from the day before my spiritual awakening. I was making my own bag. Okay, yeah, I was working a 9 to 5, 40 hours a week, plus doing my music, plus entrepreneurship. I had my own online store. I was making my own money, right? God was like, I didn't create you to make your own bag. I created you. And God said, nah, baby. God's like, what I'm about to channel to you, God said, what I'm about to say, channel to you, through you, Ashley, whoever else needs this, I need you to put that same zest on it. Ashley, I didn't create you to make your own money, your own bag. I created you to remember you're one with the divine. And to be a vessel of etheric, high vibration. God's like, I didn't create you to go pound the pavement and make your own bag. That's how God put it before. I didn't create you to pound the pavement and make your own bag. I created you to be a angelic vessel of high vibrational energies, frequencies, or divine wisdoms, remembrance of who humanity is and the divine limitless potentials, who we created to be. A diviner, angelic force. To pour that into your home, your spouse, your home. And how God creates, it happens in many ways. But for my partnership, I knew in the spirit, my person knew in the spirit he had a person that, the divine told him. And he knew me by face and name for years, right? Before we even came into contact, because that's how God works. That's how you would think that's reverse engineered. Now we're working to try to come together in the physical. You would think that's reverse engineered, but that's how reality actually works in a universal level. From spirit first. And then you meet your person in the physical. It's not like, I don't know who I am. I don't know, but my spiritual, plan, divine, my soul calls it the divine blueprint. The Most High calls it a divine blueprint. When you go into your inner space, your soul tells you who you're supposed to be, what you came here to create, who's your spouse. You get all the details that you need to get in any moment. Because what God told me, hey, I only give you so much in every moment, so that your life is a sequential pattern story. If I told you everything right here, right now, you would just be here now and done. Everything would be done. So it sounds like it's inverted and reversed. Like I met my person in the spirit before I met my person in the tangible. But God's like, that's how it's really supposed to work. You're supposed to go inside and know yourself first. Know yourself in God. And then allow everything to fall in place in the tangible reality. So I just gave y'all a synopsis. It wasn't so brief, but it kind of was. Because, baby, I just took it's like, baby, when I'm 31 years, baby, trillions of years, truly. Because we've always been one since the beginning of and beyond space and time. I gave y'all a brief synopsis. We're going to call that a brief synopsis of me and my twin divine counterpart's journey. So I've been sending universal forces to him. The spirit's like, hey, Ashley. Oh yeah, that's what it was. Earth camp. The divine's like, I wanted to see if you would go on and live your magical life. I turned you on to your divine presence. You can manifest whatever you want. But that's not true. Because it is true. But what I've done is I pray to stay in universal alignment. I pray all the time. I've literally been like I've been probably pestering spirit. Every day I'm like, am I in universal alignment though? Like, am I aligned with the universe though? Like what the universe intended for the upliftment of all things? Like the last 2 years I've been talking to God like heavy in the spirit. Like, yeah, I know I'm supposed to be, baby, sharing my presence with the world, but am I in alignment though? So I pray to be in universal alignment for the upliftment and regeneration of all things. So some things I ask for, it might not come the way I wanted to. Because if it came the way I wanted it to, I would be out of universal alignment. Or I would be less on a journey. I wouldn't be less on my journey, but I would just be out of universal alignment. I don't want to be out of universal alignment. Because whenever you're out of universal alignment, you might not be on the square that God created for you. You might be moving into other people's squares. Moving into other people's lanes. Being somewhere you're not supposed to be. So I pray to be and it also creates our suffering. We're out of universal alignment, or we're not where we're supposed to be in any moment in our evolution, in our existence. It creates our suffering. Our resistance to universal ordering, universal flow. It creates our suffering. So I pray. It creates our suffering. It creates the things that we don't want to experience. It creates elements, disease, war, when we're out of universal alignment. So I'll be praying to be into universal alignment with the universe, with the Most High plan for the upliftment of all things. But God's like, hey, Ashley, I wanted to see what you would do after activating into your goddess so you can manifest whatever you want with your magical presence. Whatever you think about, it pops up at your doorstep most of the time. I wanted to see what God said that it's an Earth camp. The first 10 minutes, listen to the whole thing. Those packed with wisdoms, all the things, wisdoms, and I want to stop saying that too. All the things. I want to stop saying this. It's packed with wisdoms, wellness, beautiful healing frequencies. Do not replace your professional medical advice with any of my content. God, the first 10 minutes of Earth camp, God was like, I wanted to see what you would do, Ashley. Once I activated you into your divine presence, your magical presence, I wanted to see if you would go heal your person and rise them up to where I'm calling for all of humanity to rise up. To remembrance that your limitless potentials and one with all things, one with each other, one with everything you experience within yourself and in your reality. Humanity, you were created to be masters of unconditional love, or masters of the understanding that everything you experience, everything you are, is to grow and evolve you into greater conscious awareness, as well as conscious embodiment of your limitless potentials. God's like, I wanted to see if you would just go run off, baby, skip, hop, jump in the world, baby, manifest your Mercedes, your BMWs, your high-rise, sky-rise apartments, your bags, your Dolce & Gabbana, your dinners, your yachts, your vacations, your first-class flights. Not gonna lie. I have a list of places I'm gonna travel. Yeah. And some of them, I'm gonna fly first class. Some of those places, I'm flying first class. God was like, I want to see if you wake your person up first. So whenever universal forces come to me, I don't ask for money. Hey, that's not true. Because I've been asking God. I was like, okay, I'm working for you, God. Baby, I'm putting in them hours. I need to make sure we get monetarily reciprocated. And that's been a whole thing. I'm blessed. I'm not complaining. I'm in evolution. I'm in growth. Everything's beautiful, wonderful. Wellness and more. Guys, so when the universal forces come to me, like, hey, Ashley, what do you want? What do you need? I'm like, can you just go check on my person, my divine counterpart, my twin flame? Can you go wake him up, whatever he needs to spiritually grow and activate and get into universal alignment with God's plan for humanity? Can you do this for him, please? And thank you. They're like, sure thing, Ashley. They'll go sit and check the baby. Rabbi Yeshua stays with him. You know, we're all one with Rabbi Yeshua, Jesus Christ. But they'll go sit and chat. Yes, please, Rabbi Yeshua. Thank you, yes, please, and thank you. My universal forces stay, you know, they'll go chat with them and be like, hey, you know, hey. And I don't listen, though. I don't tap in because I could energetically tap in and just eavesdrop on the whole conversation. And sometimes, like a few times, I unconsciously do this, but then spirit slams the door on me. Like, go mind your business, girl. I'm like, okay, I'll mind my business. Like, spiritually, I can see them slamming the door to where I can't perceive what they're talking about. I'm like, okay, I'll mind my business. No problem. So that's what I do when I send universal forces my twin flames way. I just had an experience. Now I'm going to tell the story because I need to heal. I had an experience with multidimensional beings. The same beings that I had telepathic communication with before. I don't think he knew that. Those are my kinfolk. I don't think he knew those were my people. He sent them to me because he's like, I don't know. I don't think she's sound. I don't think he's like, I don't think, because a lot of stuff that I channel, it might be wild prophecies. Like, what are you talking about? Are you okay in your mind? Because that's really wild what you just said. I've been experiencing this for the last 3 years. If you look back in Kingdom Things podcast, there's a lot of prophecies where I face this within myself, where I have self-doubt, and I'll just drop into my heart space and let my soul feed me the remembrance and the confidence. There's things I channeled in Kingdom Things podcast that have come to fruition and are coming into fruition. It's nothing that I thought to say. It's something I've been gifted as a messenger for the Most High, the Divine. So he said the forces of aquatic multidimensional beings to me. I need to grab the lift my rice. Give me 1 second, y'all. He said the aquatic multidimensional beings to me. I don't think he knew that this was my kinfolk. That we had a kickback one time. We've had a kickback, meaning we had a few telepathic conversations. I don't think he knew this. And they were just checking in on me. They wanted to see what was going on with the evolution of humanity. So they tapped in with me. They're like, hey, Ashley, we're proud of, all the healing that you're doing for humanity. I was like, thank you. And then today when I spoke to them, they were like, I was in an interrogation room. I was like, I don't like this at all. I was like, I've experienced this before and I don't like it. When I was in the 4th grade, I got accused of threatening to kill another classmate. And I did not do it. They were like, well, did you do it? I was like, I've experienced this before. Because they were asking me all these questions. And I was like, why are they approaching me like this with this demeanor? Asking me these, I could tell they're like, it's like a psychoanalysis. I could tell they're trying to psychoanalyze me. And I don't like it. I was like, and I could tell my twin flame had something to do with it. Because I could feel his energy too. I could feel him watching the whole conversation. I was like, I brought it up to them. I said, y'all, I don't like the way y'all approaching me right now. I've experienced this before, and we did a flashback together of my elementary school's vice principal's office. I was accused, and they're like, what happened there? I said, in my mind's eye, I saw it. I know they perceived it. I was like, I was accused of threatening to kill another student. They're like, well, did you do it? I said, no. Like, I rarely even talked about her. I rarely even been associated with her. And they're like, yeah, you're telling the truth. I was like, yeah, I know. And I got my butt whooped when I got home that day. I got a butt whooping and I got bad copped by the vice principal of the school. I was like, I've experienced this energy before and I don't like it. They're like, thank you for letting us know. And they were just asking me a lot of questions to understand my understanding of reality, divine reality, past humanism's old restricted understanding of reality. And like, oh, she's pretty, baby, everything we said, because I was able to communicate with them sentiently, like very high, like divinely intelligently. I was using extrasensory perception back. They were, I was showing them visions and stuff. I was able to pull up visions and show them things. They were like, whoa. And I was able to communicate how I felt and be honest about how I felt. They're like, whoa, okay, she's sound. She's not only sound, she's divinely sound. Like she's a good thing. She's a great thing. And they taught my twin some things that he ain't want to hear. Baby, he sends people that way, my way. He heard something. They're like, you're projecting onto her your own energetic imbalances. You're projecting onto her. And we had a different conversation about it. We gonna leave it there. Oh, I know that's right. Because God already told me God needed the divine mother to lead the way spiritually, emotionally, mentally, physically into God's new stage, new evolutionary status. We call it new earth, heaven on earth, heaven on earth, realms, dimensions of human evolution. God's like, I need the divine mother to lead. Because I need to start compassion and wellness and unity dispositions. Hazel's crying. It is past her dinner time. She needs to walk too. I need a united front, an understanding that you're one with all things. I need compassion, so I need the divine mother to lead the way in this. Jesus Christ, Rabbi Yeshua, most commonly known as Jesus Christ, and Mary Magdalene. They thankfully and thank you. They mentor me and my twin. I'm gonna say his name again. Thank you, universe, for not allowing me to do that. They mentor me and my twin because they're a divine counterpart. Mary Magdalene and Jesus Christ, Rabbi Yeshua, most commonly known as Jesus Christ. They're a divine counterpart, and they still exist in different dimensions. They're like, yeah, we exist. Death is optical illusion. All things are infinite. All beings are infinite. They mentor me and my twin flame. I actually did a transmission. It's a 3-week run where I channeled them 3 times, as well as Isis and Osiris and other multidimensional ancestral forces and beings. These channelings are Oneness Connection Energetic Upliftment channel on YouTube. It's like the last 4 installments, the most 4 recent installments. I say 4 because I did another one more recently. Actually, I haven't published that yet. I'm not publishing that until October. So the last 3 installments, Oneness Connection Energetic Upliftment, they've been helping mentor, and it's so beautiful, the wisdoms. And I channel Mary Magdalene as well within Kingdom Things podcast with Ashley-Nicole Phillips. And she's trying to help me decalcify. Because, we're coming out of a patriarchal society where the matriarch or women kind of felt abused and beat down. God's like, hey, the man and woman are one energy, regardless of what it looks like on your planet, and y'all co-created what you're experiencing together. One. 2. The man and woman are one, so I don't need y'all fighting and feuding with each other any longer. So they're helping me decalcify. I channel Mary Magdalene, and her temperament is so beautiful and divine. When it comes to her divine counterpart, Rabbi Yeshua or Jesus Christ, she's like, that's my master, Ashley. I said, oh, girl. I said, that's the energy. I said, but she said that in the Oneness Connection Energetic, one of the transmissions on Oneness Connection Energetic Upliftment. She said, Rabbi Yeshua is my master, or Jesus Christ is my master, and I'm his master. There's things that I lead in, things that he leads in, and we don't look at it as a tit for tat. We look at it as a harmonious, balancing dance. And that's where I want to get with my divine counterpart. We're both stubborn and bullheaded, just like all of humanity. Y'all see us. We have Twitter or X where we argue with each other about everything. We argue past tense about everything. Instead of accepting each other's differences, to learn from ourselves, understanding our differences are still one, to grow and evolve into more unity together. So yeah, my twin sent them universal forces. Mary Magdalene was like, Rabbi Yeshua was my master. I said, ooh, energy. And we're all growing and healing together. Again, my catalogs, Kingdom Things podcast with Ashley-Nicole Phillips, as well as Oneness Connection Energetic Upliftment, as well as my music, Ashley-Nicole Music. They're healing frequencies, messages from ancestral forces to help us as we awaken in the masses. The remembrance that we've always been limitless. We truly have no beginning, no end. We just have different stages of evolution and gestational phases and experiences to grow and evolve our energy into our new now moments. We didn't get a song on this slide, but that is okay. You can go stream all my albums, Ashley-Nicole Music on YouTube. Go to the playlist section. You'll see all the albums there, as well as visuals. I'm going to go ahead and peace out. I love y'all. Love on yourself. Self-love is the best love because you have to love yourself in the way in which you want your reality to love you back. Self-love is the best love because you are loving your truest truths. Give that love to yourself first. Self-love is the best love because it helps you grow into greater consciousness, conscious awareness, conscious embodiment of your limitless potentials. Again, Kingdom Things podcast with Ashley-Nicole Phillips is available to stream for free on YouTube as well as Spotify. Oneness Connection Energetic Upliftment Healing Powwow Session channel for free to stream on YouTube. My music, Ashley-Nicole Music, is available to stream on YouTube. I also have published literature, 3 books. It's actually a parcel, 3 sets. It's a whole story told in 3 books. The Unconditional Love Literature Parcel is available to purchase in the Amazon bookstore. The first 2 parts are Asia's story. Asya is a teenage girl growing up in the New York City foster care system. She's catalyzed onto her spiritual awakening journey when she meets her twin flame Chase in the hallway of her school Manhattan Prep. She goes through a lot of existential crises, which help her come into greater conscious awareness, as well as conscious embodiment of her limitless potentials. The third part, that's Coming Home, the story of Asya, is the first book. The second book is the story of Asya, I'm Home. The third book is My Other Half. My Other Half is a twin flame divine counterpart journey back home to God inside. One soul, two bodies, many lifetimes. They know they're supposed to co-create a love and a life together. Each lifetime says that there's evolution to be had for y'all to experience love and a life together, experience a story together as tangible human beings of planet Earth. They will co-create a love and a life together. The books are prophetic. The Unconditional Love Literature Parcel is available to purchase in the Amazon bookstore. If you're doing paperback copies, it's 2 separate bindings with all 3 stories. The first binding is titled Asya's Story. The second binding is My Other Half. If you're doing digital downloads, paperback copies mailed to your home. If you're doing digital downloads, there's 3 separate downloads, $29.97 plus tax for the 3 downloads, $29.98 plus tax for the paperback copies mailed to your home. Just head over to Kingdom Things Podcast with Ashley-Nicole Phillips. Type on the latest, whatever video you want to tap on the description, and you'll see the links to purchase all of the books, to go directly to the books online to purchase the books. I also have an animated series, y'all. Asya's Story, the animated series, stems from the Unconditional Love Literature Parcel universe. I channel a lot of experiences in which spiritual experiences, multidimensional experiences in which I have conscious awareness of. I channel into the animated series. Asya's Story, the animated series, is available to stream on YouTube. AP Short Stories is a YouTube channel. Again, go to Kingdom Things Podcast. In the description of whichever video you choose, the latest video is great. And you'll see the link to go straight to the YouTube channel where Asya's Story, the animated series, is streaming. I'm also a home intuitive chef. My cooking show, Magic Meals with Ashley-Nicole Phillips, whatever the ancestors tell me to put in the pot, the pan, the baking dish. This is what we put. It's the pot, the pan, the baking dish. Magic Meals with Ashley-Nicole Phillips is available to stream on YouTube. A lot of fun over there. We kiki, we chat, we get divine revelations, we cook, we have a good time, we use mystery ingredients, so we enjoy ourselves. Check out my content. I hope it's healing and uplifting for you. Again, do not replace your professional medical advice with any of your Please do not replace your professional medical advice with any of my content. Healing and uplifting. I hope it brings you into greater conscious awareness, conscious embodiment of your limitless potentials to manifest wellness, joy, God dreams, Goddess presence, Goddess presence, Goddess dreams for you and your whole lineage, all of your family and beyond. I'm gonna see y'all later. Bye. All generations. Bye, y'all.